Okay, right now we're going to go over questions 1 and 2 from today's quiz, Friday, March 14th. The quiz. All right, I have a multi-term expression here. And what I'm going to do first is see that I'm subtracting 3 different terms. It doesn't matter the order that I subtract them in. The only thing I can't change around is that first number. So basically that's my total, and I'm subtracting the other 3 terms from it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 4 3/7 and find a term that's like 4 3/7 by finding another denominator of 7. I'm going to subtract that first. Then what I can do is subtract the other 2 terms that are both like. Now I guess the confusing part here is that some kids don't understand that we are going to subtract both 3/4 and 2 1/4. If we did that all together, we would put it in parentheses and add the 2 before we subtract everything. That will give us the same result as if I took 1 at a time and subtracted 3/4 and then 2 1/4. But many times it's more efficient or a better way to do it all at once. I'm going to take 3/4 and 2 1/4 away at the same time. So I put an addition sign in there. Okay, now it becomes an easier problem. 4 3/7 minus a 3/7 gives us a basic 4. Put down my subtraction sign. I have 3/4 and 1/4, which nicely get put together as 4/4 plus my whole is 2 4/4. Now some of us are ready to just jump right to the step and say that, well, I didn't need to write 4/4. But that's another whole. Add that to the 2 wholes, and I get 3. It's 3/4 and 1/4 for a whole, plus the 2 wholes is 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. Final answer to number 1. Question number 2. 24/5 plus something plus 8/7 equals 9. Now, you don't have to create a tape for this, but I'm going to show you some of the thinking here. The total is 9, so I could represent it, not that you have to, but I could represent it by showing this. I then have 24/5. I don't know the middle unknown, and I have 8/7. There's something in the middle that I'm going to add to get my result of 9. However, I don't like the format that this shows right now. I prefer to have the numbers together. So why can't I take 24/5 and 8/7 and have my unknown at the end? That seems to organize it for me a little bit nicer. There's one more thing that I could have done to make this look and work a little bit nicer. Instead of keeping the numbers as improper fractions, I can change 24/5 into a mixed number. Some people at the 5th grade level can do that mentally. If you can't, take 24, the numerator, divide by your denominator, and find out what's left. 4 out of 5. So this 24/5 is 4 and 4/5. Now let's see how that looks in the tape. Remember that I moved the 8/7 next door to the 4 and 4/5. I'd like to put it here. So 8/7 turned into a mixed number would be 8 divided by 7 is 1, with 1 left over, 1 and 1/7. Some of us are able to do that mentally. If you can't, you need to do your side work. Plus an unknown equals 9. Now if I look at my tape, if I'm not sure exactly how I can solve this nicely, I can look at my tape diagram. Not, again, that you have to do a tape diagram, but sometimes it helps us to think better. If I put those two fractions, mixed numbers together, and subtracted it from the whole 9, I should be able to get my unknown. So I'm going to take the 9, subtract 4 and 4/5, and 1 and 1/7 from 9 to get my unknown. So now I'm going to have to come up with a common denominator. For those of you that can get this common denominator for denominators 5 and 7 in your head mentally, that's fantastic. If you cannot, do your side work. List your multiples of 5 and 7. Find the least common denominator. There it is, 35. So I'm going to turn both of these fractions into fractions that have 35 as my denominator. Some people can move right from this fraction down because you multiply the denominator by 7. So I'd have to multiply my numerator by 7, and 4 times 7 is 28. If you can't do that mentally, that's fine. Think about your magic number 1 that's going to get you 35 as denominator. That magic number 1 is going to be 7/7. 4 times 7 on my numerators is 28. Do the same thing for the other term, 1 and 1/7. I can do it mentally, and some of you can as well. I multiplied 7 times 5 to get 35, so I'm going to multiply my numerator by 5 to get 5/35. If you can't do that, you should be taking your 1/7, multiplying it by something to get 35 as the denominator. Your magic number 1 here is going to be 5 over 5. 1 times 5 is 5. 5/35. Now I can put the terms together. I have 4 wholes plus 1 whole is 5 wholes. 28/35 and 5/35 is 33/35. Now this is where some of us fall down as well. We're going to take 9 minus 5 and then subtract fraction. That is an easy 4. Then I'm going to subtract 33/35. Some of us can do this right as it is, which is fantastic. If you need to break it down further, think of 4 as 3 and 35/35, which gives you the fraction that's like 33/35. I can now very simply take the 35/35 minus 33/35, and I end up with 2/35. answer, 3 and 2/35.